Joining us now from Israel, John Haston, who is the Middle East correspondent for the Jewish News Syndicate.org. Thank you for being here. What's your assessment of the situation in Gaza City and Israeli occupation there?
Thanks for having me. So we got to this point because Hamas does not want to release the remaining Israeli hostages. That's the bottom line. That is their bargaining chip. So Israel has decided, the Netanyahu government has decided that once and for all, Israel is going to go full force into those areas which it has not yet reached militarily, namely Gaza City. The Prime Minister's office releasing a statement this morning saying that the war goals have remained the same, making sure Hamas is no longer a military threat. They must be put aside. They must step down. The release of the hostages. In addition, as you mentioned, to creating some sort of civil administration of moderate Arabs in order to take over that area, while Israel, at least in the short term, must maintain a security presence. Gaza can no longer be a threat to the state of Israel. The prime minister has made that clear since the October 7th massacre. So now it looks like Israel is, in fact, going full force into Gaza City.
Who's calling the shots, Josh, for Hamas right now? Who's the leader?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, Israel has taken out most of the leadership. Hamas basically has resorted to this guerrilla warfare style tactics. You see them coming out of these terror tunnels, trying to attack Israeli forces, trying to detonate these bombs and explosives. There is still some coordination there amongst whoever's left of Hamas. But the most important thing to remember is Israel has more or less defeated the vast majority of Hamas, taken out all their leadership. And that is why this push into Gaza City is so necessary, to dismantle what remains of Hamas once and for all.
Talk a little bit about the humanitarian crisis within Gaza and even in Gaza City, aid getting to people, the United States involvement more recently in making sure that that happens. Has it improved at all?
The first thing we have to remember is that there is no starvation in Gaza. The GHF, which is affiliated with the U.S., has distributed, I don't know how many millions of meals to the residents of Gaza. So when you see some of the images out of Gaza, you have to remember that these are fake pictures of starvation. We've seen it time and time again. So what Israel's trying to do actually is to create even more humanitarian corridors. So when those people leave Gaza, which is really unprecedented in the history of urban warfare, to actually care about the civilian population of the enemy. So Israel wants to make sure that they are out of Hamas's way, out of Hamas's leadership. Hamas, they're ultimately responsible for all these people. They're responsible for every single situation in Gaza, whether it's the military situation, whether it's any sort of need for food. And we see Hamas time and time again ransacking, hijacking the trucks which are going in. So at the end of the day, any sort of humanitarian issue is completely the responsibility and the blame of Hamas for fighting within civilian populations, using their own people as human shields.
Josh, appreciate your time on this. Thank you.